Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to move a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Ah, there you go. What's up, fam? It's Travi, as I'm sure you already know. And today we're gonna be talking about Noir. Now, I posted a little Q&A on my Instagram story. If you don't follow me, you should, at 444Travi. But I did a little Q&A, and I was basically asking people to ask questions about this whole Noir situation that I have going on. I've been very quiet about it, mainly because of school and some lack of time, but I also did want to keep it a little mysterious. But I'm sure that many of you guys have probably figured out what it is. But if you haven't, it's totally cool. I'm going to talk about it right now. Now, before I get into these questions that I have written down, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the notification button just to be alerted when I post new music or when I post a video like this in the future. Alright, so... What? So the first question we have, is it cologne? No. But hey, that's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. I might use that in the future. I mean, we never know. What is noir? Well, noir, the term, is a French word, and it actually means dark or black. But what kind of popularized the word was film noir. So film noir is a genre of movies that kind of depicts this world as very depressing and very unfair, unjust, and they kind of tend to be in black and white. I'm sure you guys have probably seen or heard of it before. The first time I heard the word noir, I remember I was a kid and I had like this Spider-Man game. It was like Shattered Dimensions or something. And one of the Spider-Mans you could play as was Spider-Man Noir. And it kind of brought you back in time. And it was like this cool kind of black and white vibe. You got bored? Really? That quick? You wanna leave? Alright, I got interrupted. 1 second. Mommy. Gang shit. Where'd I put them? So yeah, that's basically what noir actually means. But I know you guys didn't come here to learn what the word noir means. So noir is actually the title of this EP that I've been working on for a while now. And all the songs kind of follow that theme of noir, where it kind of views the world in this very upsetting and depressing way. In terms of love, because, apparently that's all I can write about. I am very, very excited to release it, and it's coming out a lot sooner than you think. I mean, by the time you watch this video, it's probably gonna be less than 24 hours away from the actual release, which is really exciting because I have been sitting on these songs for a while. But yeah, that's what noir is. So this next question reads, how long did it take you to come up with it? The name actually took me a hot minute, now that I'm thinking about it, because I had a bunch of ideas for titles, and some of them were whack, some of them were pretty cool. One of them off the top of my head was like Moonlight, and the other one was like Witch's Hour, so things like that. Like, I was kind of keeping this dark theme, mainly because the genre that this EP is in is called dark R&B. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's pretty cool. Honestly, some artists that you might be familiar that have done things with that are The Weeknd, Six Black, I don't know what his name actually is. Drake sometimes hops on songs like these, so it's not like a super popular genre, but it is definitely something that a lot of famous artists have touched on. And I found it very interesting. Once I started thinking of that whole theme, I was looking up words and I'm like, damn, I really don't know what to do. And that's kind of where it first came up for me. At first I was like, no, it sounds too foreign, it sounds too weird. But it just started growing on me, and as I was writing all the songs, I'm like, nah, this fits like incredibly well. It did take me, I want to say, a couple months to finally settle on that name and pick it for sure. Now, the songs themselves, I have been writing these songs since the beginning of the year. I think one of my songs was actually written back in January, and it wasn't fully developed until I think last month in November. I've had it just sitting in my notes for the longest time. So it's really cool, to finally say that these songs are gonna come out. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. Yeah, I guess almost a full year that this thing has been in the works. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Now, someone's asking, how did you get inspiration for it? How do I put this in simple terms? I got my heart broken. No. On some serious shit though, there was a lot that really inspired me to write this. I've had a pretty tough year. I'm not gonna lie to you. in terms of like relationships and stuff. And I kind of take a lot of my experiences, I'll write down like certain topics that I think would be great songs. But then there's times where, I'll mesh one or two or three together to make this kind of unique experience. Another thing I do is, I take things that I just observe by watching people and in their relationships, or, things people have said when they're venting to me. And I also mesh those with my own experiences to create a song. That's like, it's neither my experience nor is it theirs. It's kind of like this very unique form of art, which I absolutely love. Yeah, that's where my inspiration comes from. So this next question says, what do you rate it? I rate it very high. I absolutely love it. I mean, aside from the fact that, like I wrote it, I genuinely love it. It is probably my best collection to date. I think there's a lot of potential for people to really enjoy these songs and feel like they're not alone in this world, and you're not alone in your hardships or your depressed times. I mean, people go through it, it's part of life. I think that these songs, they're just filled with such raw emotion. I feel like a lot of people will be able to connect to that. And I'm really excited for you guys to listen to it and be able to pick and choose which songs, you can relate to your own experiences or your own life with relationships, and you're dealing with fallouts and, losing friends or falling out of a talking stage, like these are things that everyone goes through. Ultimately, I just think that a lot of people will be able to relate to this. We'll see. But yes, I rate it out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 10. Oh, I forgot this one was in here. So this one reads, what's your favorite thing about it? And my favorite thing about it is just how much raw emotion I'm putting into it. This collection is just a group of songs that I'm not holding back on. I'm just unleashing everything that I have in the tank. And there's gonna be some people that listen to these songs and they're gonna be like, oh, like I would hate to be the person he wrote this about. And it's like, that's the point. I think that's my favorite thing about it, is that I let myself just be free, and I let the pen just go, and what came out was, I feel like it's a masterpiece. Someone asked, what or who were some of your inspirations for the album? Well, it's not an album, it's an EP. But some of my inspirations, all you motherfuckers that broke my heart, yeah, it's all you. You're my inspiration, so thank you. Thank you so very much. No, but I'm just joking. I'm not. Thank you. Yes, of course, you guys were probably the biggest inspiration for the album, all you guys that hurt me in any type of way. But I also took inspiration from other people's relationships, other people's hardships. I also took inspiration from a lot of music. I listen to music like 24/7. It's literally ridiculous. When I first came up with the idea, I was very obsessed with some of the Weeknd songs and some of Drake's songs. They really inspire me with what they do and how they just speak on their emotions so freely. So they definitely inspired me a lot. So yeah, those were my inspirations for the EP. Is there a song that stands out to you? Yes, all of them. Song that stands out to me. It's actually the last song in the EP. Just because I'm saying this does not mean that you should go and skip to the last song of the EP, because I will hunt you down. I will find you. Look at me in the eyes. I will find you. Okay? I will find you. So the last song on the EP is called Where'd You Go? And I lit out a lot on that one. I don't want to spoil the story of the EP because there is this kind of whole storyline to it. Let's just say that that's my breakdown song. That's the song where I just get it out. I just let it out. It is one of the most emotional songs that I've written, I think, in my life. I remember when I was trying to record it, I actually started choking up because I was like, damn, this is tough. I'm really speaking from the heart here. So, Where'd You Go? That is the song that stands out to me. So I already touched upon this in one of the previous questions, but I'll summarize it really quick. What is the meaning behind the EP? So Noir, it's basically Travi just experiencing the world in this very depressed state, and he kind of feels like love is unjust and unfair, and no matter what he does, it's just gonna come back and bite him in the ass. It's basically a timeline of him going with this girl, and she just keeps fucking him over. He doesn't learn, until he does, until he accepts the fact. So that's basically the meaning behind it. Oh, Lord. So someone asks, is it for someone? No. The EP as a whole, it's not for anybody. I don't do that. So the EP Noir is not for somebody specifically. I mean, it's for you guys, of course, so you guys can listen and relate. But I didn't write it so that a specific person could hear it, and I didn't write it with a specific person in mind. It's for myself. To me, music is therapy. So when I write something, it's like I'm letting it out of my system. The same way that people write down their thoughts on paper, or the same way people talk to therapists, you know, my therapy is the microphone. And the microphone always listens. So Noir is for me and for anybody else that has gone through tough shit and needs someone to relate to. So this isn't really a question, but someone was like, Noir is such a good name that goes hard as fuck. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So someone asked, when is it being released? Noir is releasing Friday. But yes, Noir is dropping Friday the 22nd. It's gonna be out everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Pandora. I don't know what else you guys listen to music on. I'm super excited. I've been sitting on this for a minute, so wow, I cannot believe the time is finally here. It's Noir season, baby. So this last one's actually kind of funny. Why have you been posting only black and white? I wonder why. I've been posting in black and white because I've been kind of keeping this theme of noir. I've been kind of following the whole film noir style with like the black and white, you know. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a marketer. But yeah, those are all the questions. So thank you for everyone that slid up and asked something. Hopefully in the future more people will, so I can make these videos longer maybe. I just realized this is like the first video I'm actually uploading onto the channel that's not music. So hey, pretty cool. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So it's been your boy Travi. Thank you fam so much for tuning in. Make sure you also tune in on Friday. Like I said, midnight, Noir finally drops. I'll see you then. Deuces.